three-point range.
Well, even when they've closed out on him, Steve, he's knocking them down.
No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Love dishes to Waiters. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Well, give credit where credit is due. Terrific assist inside.
And turnovers, Clark and Steve, have been the issue for him.
Yeah, it sure has been the case. I mean, turnovers are like missing breakfast. Eventually, it's going to cost you.
Why does it always come back to food, Clark?
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Haywood comes in for Kevin Love. And John Lucas is subbed in for Irving. And so here is Cervenas Vesta. Shilb, covered by LeBron. Here's Svetkovic. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
Obvious foul.
Yeah, he took a hit right there and earned those free throws.
For Cervenas Vesta, they've missed a few free throws up to this point, shooting 4 of 7 from the foul line tonight. And the first one at the line is good.
You know, the NBA continues to get better at analyzing data and charting game results. It shouldn't surprise you that players shoot better off the catch than they do off the dribble. It's a big reason passing and ball movement tends to be more effective than one-on-one isolation play.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Sean Marion is checked in for LeBron. And Mike Miller subbed in for Waiters. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, you have to admire Dion Waiters' confidence as he feels he's going to be the next great shooting guard, not shy to proclaim himself as the next in line. Waiters saying, I really believe that I'll eventually be the best shooting guard in the NBA. This year I'm going to show a lot of people who doubted me and still doubt me. I'm going to show them. Can't wait to watch, guys.
Well, Doris, confidence so key in this league. Thanks. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
And Cleveland making a change here. Waiters is checked in. And the Cavaliers with possession here. And Clark, you mentioned the value of passing over isolation basketball. The term has even arisen for that one-man approach. They call it, Steve, hero ball.
Yeah, I think Doc Rivers may have made up that phrase. I love it. It's so true. You can't win with hero ball. You really have to share the basketball. The game is meant to be played with 5 players moving, passing, cutting, and sharing the ball, creating good shots for each other. And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
And Cervenas Vesta making a change. And he makes both free throws.
You know, even though they're down, they're putting on a show at the free throw line this half.
I think they've done a good job of making the most of their chances at the line, and they've got to keep it up to take the lead.
That's a great shot if there's 1 second left in the game.
Yeah, that would be the good time to do it. Not now, though. We've seen a lot of silly plays like that out of them today. Just way too many.
That'll be a 5-second call.
I don't know how they're in front right now. It's not easy to give the ball up as much as they have and still be ahead.
Yeah, we're talking double-digit turnovers in the first half. I mean, you can't just cough up the ball like that. They've got to improve on that in the second half.
And the whistle blows. He decides to foul intentionally for some reason.
I'm not sure why you would foul right there. You know, that's obviously not the smart thing to do, so a mistake there.
The first one falls.
So far in the game for Jenkins, he has 9 points, and he's blocked a shot today as well.
Well, he showed off how intelligent he is defensively. He understands where the ball is, where players are, what's happening in front of them.
Now here is Varejao. Waiters gets a wide open look. It's good from long range. Waiters got 5 points now this quarter.
By the way this defense is playing out there, I mean, they might as well not be there. That's 5 straight wide open threes.
Yeah, and that's way too many. I mean, typically teams will get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open threes, but they just haven't figured it out yet.
Varejao can't hit.
Boy, I don't know who has that kind of range. That's well beyond the arc.
Not sure what he was thinking about there.
Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
And Crvena Zvezda making a change.
Luka Mitrovic, DeMarcus Nelson.
1:21 left here in the third quarter. Here's Waiters. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Guys, untidy. You've got to value the possession of the basketball.
Yeah,
I know you agree with that, Steve.
no, totally. You got to play with control and composure, Kevin.
James checked in for Anderson Varejao. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Kevin, you'd expect them to protect the ball better, but that hasn't been the case here. They've turned it over often, but still find themselves out in front somehow.
Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
Cleveland ball.
.111 left to play in the third. And good on the basket. Book it. And that's 12 points for Dion Waiters.
That's 2 straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
They better not make it 3 straight, because now all of a sudden you're looking at a hot streak.
Nelson. And the shot is long.
Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
Oh, that's blocked. They retain possession. And it's Sean Marion again missing. And Crvena Zvezda with possession. Here's Kadic. Here's Mitrovic. Crvena Zvezda again can't hit him.
Not the best shot. Long range and with a defender right in his space.
And defensively, that's the kind of work he's known for. I mean, he loves to lock you up.
They are killing them with that three-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
Back to Nelson. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Kevin Love, Malcolm Thomas, James Jones, Matthew Dellavedova.
11 seconds left in the third. Here's LeBron. Here's Love. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead, and this one may already have been decided. Cleveland ahead, delivering the blowout. And we'll be back with you right after this. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, this had to be the choice. It was an absolutely sensational feat, putting it way up there above the rim so that only his teammate could catch it. And not only does he do it, but he powers it down from there.
Yeah, the timing of these plays are just phenomenal.
No question. Well, the old days of the dollar-for-dollar luxury tax are gone. The new, more punitive luxury tax really changing the way the league does business. Teams like the Knicks and the Lakers and the Celtics, high-revenue teams, they're not nearly as willing to go into that tax anymore. So it really has kind of leveled the playing field.
They get it back. Misses from short range. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Out of bounds, Crvena Zvezda takes possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
And Crvena Zvezda making a change.
Jaka Blazic.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Now, here is Haywood from deep. The long-distance three is buried. Haywood's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Cavs. And so here is Crvena Zvezda. Here's Cvetkovic. The Cavaliers pull it in. Dellavedova's got his third rebound on the night. Here's Haywood. Offensive rebound. And there's the foul. It's against Crvena Zvezda. And Cervenas Vesta making a change. Jenkins checked in.
Charles Jenkins.
That's tipped. Here's Dellavedova. Lays it in off the pretty alley-oop.
Nice silky finish on the alley-oop.
That sequence, I don't think Clark could have been executed any better.
Stupendous feed.
Boy, I hope we see a few more of those.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's Petkovic. It's hauled in by Thomas. Cleveland with the ball. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
A surreal alley-oop that time, partner.
The pass, Clark, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
Precision at its finest.
Man, and it all had to be perfect and in precision. That's not nearly as easy as they made it look.
Here's Petkovic. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. To end the run. No good. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. Here's Haywood. And the Cavaliers getting another bucket right there.
They've stepped up their three-point shooting game in the second half. They're letting it fly out there with reckless abandon.
Now they're feeling confident, and they're in a good flow offensively, so why not just keep firing from out there?
Here's Petkovic. Missed inside. And it's the Cavaliers with the ball. Jones drives in. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Out of bounds, Cervenas Vesta takes possession. Sean Marion is checked in for the Cavaliers. Miller comes in for Jones. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth.
Mike Miller.
Petkovic defended by Lucas.
Now, toughness, such a key part of playing in the NBA. And a lot of times people associate that word with physical toughness, but sometimes it's just mental toughness as well. You know, trying to play through injuries, just focusing through adversity, overcoming a shooting slump, being able to play under pressure. I mean, that's all part of being a tough player.
We talk about toughness, physical toughness, mental toughness, really the cornerstone of being, Clark, respected in this league.
And I think sometimes guys get mixed up about toughness. It's making tough plays at tough times. It's not always necessarily how physical you can be. I like what Steve said, the ability to block out distraction and execute in the biggest moments, that's toughness.
This has been a one-sided game in just about every area. The lead continues to grow.
Absolutely. Their offense and their D have been equal parts outstanding.
Here's Petkovic, but they recover it. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Kyrie Irving's checked in for Cleveland.
Kyrie Irving.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. From beyond the arc and then some.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. The defense hasn't been able to set up.
And Mike Miller gets the whistle that time. And Cervenas Vesta making a change.
Blake Shelton.
Ristich, guarded by Marion. Elbow shot. Cervenas Vesta again can't hit it.
That's a shot he's got to hit. I mean, you don't get too many better looks from that range. Well, the lead isn't getting any smaller. I mean, this is an incredibly well-rounded performance for this club on the road.
You know, that's the thing, Steve. To dominate as they have in front of a hostile crowd, really impressive.
2 minutes remaining in game. 2 minutes.
1:56 left in the fourth quarter. Cervenas Vesta again can't hit it. Cleveland with the ball. They're on an 18-1 run. Miller outside. Another three for Cleveland.
Time to turn out the lights on this game.
I think they deserve a ton of credit for the way they played here today. Truly a professional display.
Here's Svetkovic. Miller grabs the miss. Miller's got his third rebound on the night. Pointer. Got it. Nice one there from Dellavedova.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just total obliteration. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Cavaliers.
But, Steve, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
You look at the stats and you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Irving. Every time he shot it seemed like it was just going to drop in, and nobody was surprised.
And he knocks down the first one.
Analytics has become a huge part of the NBA, and one element of that jumps out at me is basically the cameras that track every movement of every player and can provide info on when exactly a player gets tired to how much of their time on the floor they are actually running instead of standing around.
Right wing, out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
And Cervenas Vestal making a change. From deep, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Svetkovic. He's covered by Irving.
That's his third personal foul. At the line for Cervenas Vestal Telecom Belgrade.
And he makes the first. And Cervenas Vestal making a change. He hits both from the stripe. Here's Irving. 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Six to shoot. There's the lob to the hoop. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession.
3 seconds on the shot clock.
27 seconds left in the game. And he gets the bucket.
They didn't take their time wrapping this game up. They pretty much did it in a hurry.
Yeah, they had a nice spurt to polish this one off.
All sorts of time. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
Deft touch on the alley-oop.
Well, they've done a great job keeping the fans out of the game today, and the closer they get to the win, the quieter it gets.
Yeah, we call that the sweet sounds of silence. They're going to savor this win, as well they should. Every road win carries a little extra reward.
Pulls up on the wing, and that misses everything. Here's Haywood. Offline. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving.